الرحمن الرحيم من نفسي ومن الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد، يحيي ويميت وهو حي لا يموت وهو على كل شيء قدير وإليه المصير. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. أما بعد. I have some questions here in the system, and there is another 2 or 3 questions. I don't know why people didn't send it or registered the questions here, but anyway. One question asked about the khulwa. Why the khulwa and how, and what is the difference between khulwa and uzla and i'tikaf. The second question actually 4 questions out of this. How we can deal with our children with this new system we living in, the Dajjali system, Antichrist. And there is a big gap between the parents and the children, and they could not communicate properly. Accordingly, this has caused a lot, of course, of miscommunication, but a lot of issues and problems. They are not meeting anywhere. The third question is talking about the intensified fitna, trials happening around us every day, which we have been spoken about this one many times before, but it's okay. Another question here is saying, is there an Islamic basis for astrology? Does birth dates impact personality, character, traits, and can understanding these traits benefits us? The other question is, a hadith from Imam Ali says, do not expect your children to do the same as you because they grew up in a different time. Can you please further explain this hadith by Imam Ali in relationship to the time we are living in? Same with the other guys. Just a recent question. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Tell us about Rabb of mankind, Malik of mankind, and Ilah of mankind. This is last surah. قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس. All right. Before we start, do you have any other question? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. We will talk about this Islamic basis of astrology. This is a quick answer. normally there are 12 towers abroad. The Capricorn, the Cancer, this and that. And there is a lot of people, regardless Muslim or non-Muslims, they need to read the news in the morning, go for this to check his luck today. What these people is saying, what is his luck, what will happen to him or to her today. And they have each tower from dates, say 12 of the month till the next 11th of the month, or 19th of the month till 18th of the month, or 20 to 19, whatever it is. I will explain things because we are not simply this body. The problem, ya Sheikh, that explaining the situation, I'll give you a few examples for us to understand. If we have the full moon, this is from a professional fisherman, 13th, 14th, and 15th of the month, you have full moon on the sky there. At those days, no matter how much you put bites for fishing, fishes will never eat your bite. Rare. This is facts number one. Fact number two. At the full moon, you have high tides. The level of the seas is rising. Rivers is not part of this one, just the sea. Number three, this is only for the full moon. Rasulullah alayhi salatu asked us, and this is his habit. He used to fast on 13th, 14th, and 15th of the month, meaning less intakes, less fluids and food. This is his sunnah, alayhi salatu wassalam. This full moon also affects the wind directions. It changes the wind directions. With all these changes, and this is from the guys who are very much interested in the criminal rate, they find that the criminal rate is increasing at the time of 13th, 14th, and 15th of the lunar, at that time. So once they are documenting that one, this is just a notice, they have noticed that. They have noticed also that some people, not all of them, they have a bit of agitation. They became on the edge. If someone stirred him or her up, became nervous and started to behave aggressively. This is just a notice. People notice that one and recording that. The scientist. We have to understand, I'm just giving one example. Maybe I give another example for understanding. We have to understand that 79% of our body made out of water. And we have our own ocean. Every individual, the water content inside you, this is your own ocean. As the water in the sea is affected by the lunar system, you are also affected by the lunar system because it's a relationship between the moon, electromagnetic field of the moon when it is full with the water system we have. Some people, because we have made from 4 different materials: dust, water, air, and fire. And that inherits us different 4 natures in us. Some people, their nature, if they are subjected to cold, they get sick. They need to be always in a dry conditions. Some people, the opposite. Some people, they cannot handle the temperature, high temperature. Some people cannot handle the low temperature. So this gives you 4 different situations, and you can classify the people according to these 4 different natures: cold, hot, wet, dry, and so forth. And that inherits internally because we made out of water, and our constituents is made out of earth, dust, 16 minerals embodied in our system: sodium, potassium, calcium, and. We, as the earth, affected by the heat, by the wet, or by the dryness, or whatever it is, we have the same. We are part of this earth. And these 12 towers, they are giving these towers, it takes shapes. A group of stars make a shape on the sky where we can look at it. It's like a shape of a Cancer, or a shape of a Capricorn, or a shape of a lion, a shape of this. So they called each of these group, and they counted, there are 12. And this is one of the oldest science the human came to know, way from the time of Sayyidina Idris, and even before that. So this group of stars has a direct relationship with the sun, and a direct relationship with the moon. Sun position and the moon position. In different position, the systems goes together, amplified, and implicate certain attitudes on the humanity. From that point of view, scientifically proven, yes, the towers has a little of effect. But if you have noticed everything I have said, it is all materialistic. It's all because we made out of this earth. Our 4 main constituents in us is air, dust, water, and fire. Fire, you can exchange it with the sun, because the sun is the source of heat. So we have, yes, influenced by these elements. Whatever other systems have the same elements, which is the earth, influenced by this amplification, like that position of a sun here, the position of the moon here, and this tower there, say the lion one. It has in a certain relationship, everything intensified or amplified and made some effect. Scientifically proven, yes. But we are not just this material. Because these people think, oh, my luck, open the newspaper every morning. That is like a ritual. It's a daily ritual. And unfortunately, some of the Muslims does exactly the same. But
You make decisions, yes. Is the systems affect you of decision making? Most probably no. Is your iman, your belief system get affected by these towers? No. Is your intellectual capability get affected by the towers? No. Your spirituality get affected by these towers? No. But your physical reaction can affect this decision making. Your situation, you get stirred up, agitated and stuff. Yes, you can make mistakes. Yes, from that point of view. But if you have iman, if you are stirred up, you are an angry guy, and Rasulullah asked you, if you are angry, make wudu or make salah or have a cold shower or whatever it is, meaning that the causes leads to that one, you can delete it. You can do the other opposite effect. Then you can make good decisions. So, yes, it affects our materialistic constituents, which is our body. It can affect our glands, because glands are producing liquids. Liquids is mainly 75% of these liquids is water. Yes, it can affect that one physically. And we have a very good example. If a woman has the period, her mindset is different. Decision-making way is different. Her nervous system is different. Her reaction is different. Yes, it happens. There is a Sharia to adjust that one? Yes. The difference between a woman has low iman and a woman has high iman, yes, that affects. That added another function to the system. The function of iman, the function of dhikr, the function of salah, the function of this. So basically these towers do not affect it, otherwise it affects us. You can stand in the front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, your towers make me nervous, and I made mistakes because of your towers. Well, doesn't make any sense. Why we are here in this life on earth? وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I didn't create jinn or ins, humans, except to worship me, to be obedient to me, to fulfill my systems, the systems I laid down here. You fulfill this one, part of this system is this abroad. I have told you, it makes you agitated. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has given you the prescription. Fasting 13, 14 and 15. Done. Problem solved. Fast. So we cannot claim that these towers affect our decision making, our iman, our belief, our spirituality, our mindset. This is what the Dajjal, the Antichrist, wanted to implant in our minds and our system, to sell things that Allah does not exist. There is nothing called the Iman, there is nothing called the Akhirah, there is nothing called the work, Amal. And a lot of people relies on that. And one of the psychological effect, it gets you in a psychological effect, you became enslaved to this psychological effect. You will have a difficult day today. You will have a difficult day because you believe. You follow your belief. It happened to many times to me. Like something, you have a difficulty. No, I won't have a difficulty. I have the most beautiful day today. and it does the way I want, not the way they want. Go and try. Open this one and see where is your tower, which one, which is day to day. You'll get some money today. Okay, I'm waiting. You will meet an old love. Things like this. They are idiots. They are playing with the people mindset, psychological effect. But it does not. This is what Allah said, كذب المنجمون ولو صدفوا أو صدقوا. Those who astrologists and telling the luck today is this and that, they are liars. Even if what they have said, it will happen. Still lying, has nothing to do with that. Enough for this point. I wish the things is done. The hadith from Imam Ali says, do not expect your children to be the same as you. They grew up in a different time. Yes. First of all, this is for all parents, mothers and fathers, specifically fathers. You guys. You have to understand that you do not have the ownership of your child. Allah has given you custodian, carer. Very simple. I have an apple tree. I took the seeds or small branches from apple tree and implanted. One apple tree, because of one apple tree, have implanted 100 different trees. From the seeds or from small branches. After 3 years, you will never ever, this is a system, Allah system. You will never ever find two identical trees or two identical apples. Apply this to everything. So your son cannot be a copy of you. Because very simple facts. Do you remember verse 172 in Surah Al-A'raf? وَإِذْ أَخَذَ رَبُّكَ مِنْ بَنِي آدَمَ مِنْ ظُهُورِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ. Allah has taken the atoms or the atoms of offspring of every entity from the time of Adam until the day of judgment or until as-sa'a, and put them in the front of him. وإذ أخذ ربك من بني آدم من ظهورهم ذريتهم وأشهدهم على أنفسهم ألست بربكم قالوا بلى شهدنا. And they, you bear witness, I am your Lord. They said, indeed you are. Each individual. And the scholars consider this called the Ahd Bala, the covenant of Bala. Bala means the covenant of indeed. Yes, you are our Lord. It is not a photocopy machine. We have the original copy and keep copy, and all the same identical. It's not this way. Yes, we have photocopier, but Allah do not have this. Allah never have two identical apple trees, two identical deers, two identical goats, two identical plants, two identical humans. As your son is different from you, maybe he's shorter or taller than you. Maybe he's wider or smaller. Maybe his skin color is different. His tone of his voice, everything in your son is different. Why you want him to be a copy of you? It will never happen. So you have one job. is to foster him, protect him. I take him, it can be her. You protect him, foster him, educate him, inject in him the systems as per our iman ya muddath. Quran and Sunnah, and akhlaq and stuff. This is your job. And as per the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, يولد ابن آدم على الفطرة. The son of Adam will be born on fitra, natural disposition, the primordial mood. Right? فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه. His parents, not father and mother, because in Arabic language أبواه is different from والداه. والداه, it came from the born, like the sperm and the egg. This is from the one, the owner of the sperm and the owner of the egg. This is the mother and this is the father. But they said parents, not mother and father. Parents, anyone educate and foster. 150 years ago or 100 years ago, it was a human, a female and male raised his boy. It can be his biological father and mother or anyone. Now we have many fathers and mothers. The media is the mother. The community is the same, another mother or another father. The culture, the education system, the nutrition system, everything dictate and put an input. Assume that every human is a lake, small lake. And the water comes to this lake in the old style. It is from two guys, the parents, two streams. Unfortunately, currently, we have tens of streams coming to the same lake. It's not just two parents, there are multiple parents. The media is a parent, the education system is a parent, the nutrition system is a parent, the community is a parent. You count, endless. So all these branches, sewage system get into this lake. This lake, originally it was a pure, soft, sweet water. This is the fitrah. Day by day you are draining every different impurities to the system. It's very difficult to purify that. As a father or as a parent, the hadith of Imam Ali is talking about the father, not just a parent, the biological father. You as a father has been inherited some impurities, some psychological issues, some nafs issues, some mental issues, some upbringing from your childhood issues from your own parents. So you have that complex and you wanted to impose that complex to your child. Can you imagine that you are trying to raise your child based in your own thoughts and ideas, not based on the revelations, Quran or Sunnah? So you wanted to put your input inside, to pour inside that small lake is your child, and trying to make him a copy. Your time is different from his time. Myself, And majority of you came to this life, there is nothing called the internet or cell phone or televisions and stuff. We came to this life, the environment is different, the inputs is different, everything is different. So you have a mindset is different. So now your child, assume he's 12 years old or 15 years old now. He came to this life, the internet is there, the cell phone is there, everything is available, is there. I remember when I was young, when they have MA or R movie in the cinemas, you have to check your ID. If you are less than, this is true, if you are less than 16, you are prohibited to get in. Now you can be 4 years old and you can watch XXX movies. Because you're living, he's free. You give him the mobile, he watch whatever he wants. And they make these XXX also in cartoons to enjoy the children, to drag them in. And the mother or the father have the children and he has busy or she is busy with something, open the TV, leave them with the TV with the cartoon, or give them the mobile to watch whatever they want, just to get rid of them. Now, that child, he has his mother in the kitchen or in her room talking to her friends or whatever, she make a chat with someone, and the father is at work, and there is a third element, another parent came, is the mobile. And he has much stronger influence on the child more than the father and mother. I'm compiling these questions, this one and the one I said in the beginning, how we can deal with our children. Because this is the gap. Most of the time you have spent a lot of time, you are trying to make your child a copy of you. That is the biggest mistake. You don't like music, your son loves music. You impose your system or your mindset on him. He loves painting, you hate painting. So you impose your system on him. You imposing your system on him, that means you are crippling him, destroying his mindset. Ya Sheikh, this life, Allah has created this life and put us here based on one factual, fundamental truth. What is that one? Freedom. You have to teach your child not to be enslaved by anyone, including you yourself, not to be enslaved by you. I never impose one of my children to be a doctor or an engineer or a pharmacist or anything. I tell him one thing. I want you to be responsible. I don't care how much marks you came at the end of the year. As long as I have seen you spend blood and sweat, you did your job, I don't care about the result. What do you want to be? Be whatever you want. The thing you can excel. Arabs and Indians and Pakistanis, they wanted all, including Indonesians, Malaysians and stuff, all of them wanted their children whether to be doctors or engineers. Idiots. It ended up that the cleaner, the one who cleans stuff, making more money than the doctors. Because he's rare. in a small suburb, we have, say, 50 doctors and we have one cleaner. And you have to book him. It's not as easy. You know, the specialist with the top specialist, you can book in a row of 2, 3, 4 months. Same. And it's a very simple job, doesn't need certifications. Clean. Anyway. Yes, Imam Ali said so. Do not try to make your child a copy of you, because this is a crime. His time is different from your time. We're giving the example of this generation and the new generation. This generation, you came to this life, there is no internet. There is no cell phones. There is no satellites. I remember long time ago, if I wanted to talk to someone from different country, I have to go to something called the Central. Book 3 minutes or 6 minutes or 9 minutes, whatever, book, pay in advance, and they said, go home, we will call you, we will connect you. You know this system of cabling, tick, 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 and you wait, tin, 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 you wait. This phone call, you can connect, and they said, yeah, he's with you now online. And most probably they are listening to what you are saying. That was the system. To make a phone call, it's a huge issue. And you have to pay a lot of money. Now it is for free. When they invented 20-something years ago something called the Skype, that because it was free, that was an invention. Now we have hundreds of these applications for free because of the bloody internet. Inshallah, Allah will destroy it, inshallah. One of the most crime we guys do it, if you try to make your child a copy of you, this is by itself is a crime. Your job is to protect him, to foster him, to give him, to guarantee him full freedom. Not full freedom to do whatever he wants, because you are injecting in him the revelations, the Sharia, you're fostering him this way and teach him what is right, what is wrong, according to the revelations, not according to your mindset. Don't raise your voice. We have guests. Why? Who said that raising his voice, asking to drink or something, this is something bad? Some of the families do that. Just giving you example. Freedom. And part of the freedom is to teach him or her responsibility. Usama ibn Zayd, Rasulullah appointed him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, appointed him the leader of an army having all Sahaba, including Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Imam Ali. But he withdrew Imam Ali before it goes. The great Sahaba. How old was he? 17 years old. Responsibility. We need to inject in them this responsibility, because responsibility will make him or her value the freedom and the borders of my freedom, not my freedom to affect and transgress others' freedom. That is the responsibility. And small things. Clean your plate. You have some small food here, clean it. Put your cloth, dirty ones, in on the washing machine. do this one. Fix your bed after you wake up. Things, responsibility. Don't chase him to do his homework. You bring him in the front of you. Your homework is your responsibility. I will be happy if you succeed and get good marks. I will be upset. It's up to you. And leave him. I have seen some mothers imposing that it is midnight already. She's not allowing her son or her daughter. She knows what I'm talking about. Unless he finishes his homework. And she is sleepy and he's sleepy. Yes, Egyptian. And he's year 5 or year 6 or just. So what he's gonna do? Anyway, the best way is to avoid this crime, trying to make your child a copy of you, whether for a copy of you, the mother, or a copy of the father. You have to lead by example, teaching him, I am trying to be a copy of Rasulullah. Follow me. You wanted him to be a truthful man? Avoid lying. Enough for this point. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس. Every time you give me this question, nearby the end. This is the third time. And that question needs at least half an hour. But I will try to answer it as quick as possible. You will notice one thing. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. So the word الناس has been repeated in this surah 5 times. Most probably you didn't notice that. Right? Allah has given a classification or categories of an-nas, people, humans in general. These nas or these people, some of them know the Lord because He is taking care of them. Rabb, the Lord, the fosterer, the carer, the one who's taking care of them. So when He said Rabb al-Nas, Allah is doing this foster and care for every individual. So Allah is taking from the general view, I am taking care and foster all humanity, every individual personally. You have digestion system, sir. You have blood circulation system. You have nerve system. You have this. Who runs these systems? Yes, Him. Right? The air. Everyone is breathing air. This is for everyone. Food, nourishment, health, intelligence, everything. This is because he is Rabbin Nas, the Lord of the entire humanity. He's talking to the entire humanity from that prospect. Malikin Nas, the king of the people. When he is talking about the king of the people, ya Sheikh, he is not talking only about this dunya, because he is Rabbin Nas here. He's fostering you, taking care of you, protecting you, and everything. But when he said Malikin Nas, if you are living in a country and the country has a king, is everyone in his kingdom obedient to him? No. Not a single kingdom on earth ever that every single entity in the kingdom is obedient to that king. Correct? But how he is the king of the Nas, the people? How many systems you have personally? Many. Do you control your digestion system? It is he has the ownership of this one, and he is the one who runs it. Nerve system, intellectuality, spiritual, everything. From that prospect, he is the king because he is the owner. And he is the one, the only one has this capability to control everything of you. 95, 97% of you is not under your control. Your sweat, this is the sweating glands. Do you control your sweat, Sheikh? Is anyone has control on how he sweat or she? No. It's his system. It runs on automated systems, and he is has the set point and the control. So Allah is telling the people, I am nourishing you, to protecting you. This is Rabbin Nas. I am taking care of everything of you. I know as your Lord, as your Creator, I have given you the free choice. You can make decision, you can make this one. Can you control your nervous system? You cannot. Can you control your blood circulation? You cannot. It's running, still running. Your heart is beating. Even if you have an open heart surgery, they will take your heart and still there is no blood coming through, and the heart is still there. Who does this? You? No. So from the kinghood point of view, from the lordship point of view, I am in control of everything. From the kinghood, I am the king of everything you have. You don't have the ownership of everything you have. Except few things. Why, ya Sheikh, in the wudu, we have to make wudu only for the 8 organs: hands, arms, eyes, face, hair, ears, and legs. 8. Because this is the only organs, and Allah has given you some control on them. You can open your eyes or close it. Right? You can move your arms. You can do things by this one. Because most of the time you do sins of this. So you have to purify by water, wudu. I have given you control on this, and I have given you how to make them on the original state. Purifying them. So, majority of who you are, systems or whatever it is, I am the owner. Even these 8 organs, he is the owner, and he is teaching you how to keep them intact by purifying them. But he is the Malik, he is the king. This is here in the dunya, right? From obedience point of view, you are, assume you are not in control in 95%, 97% of who you are. So 97% of you, who you are, is obedient to him, because he is the one who runs all this system, complete obedience. So he is the king. He is the king of this kingdom. You are the kingdom. This is here. At the day of judgment, you cannot lie, because everything will have a tongue. Your skin will talk. Your organs will talk. Your eyes. You look to this in haram stuff and you try to lie. You said, no, it was that. You lost the capability of lying. Allah has given you some control here. This will be taken there at the day of judgment, at the counting on the scale and the sirat. So at that time, he is fulfilling the full kinghood. Regardless, you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are a Jew, you are a Buddhist, whatever it is. Everyone is under complete control, and you cannot move, you cannot do anything. You don't have a personal will. You lose that. You have it here, but you lose it completely. So on the day of judgment, he has the full spectrum of kinghood. So when you have the Rabbin Nas, yes, we understood this one. Malikin Nas, now we understood it differently than it what came to your mind. Probably most of the people have a problem about this Malikin Nas, the king of the Nas, king of the people. Ilahin Nas. Ilah means ibadah. Is all the Nas, all the people worshipping him? No. But he is telling you two things. Number one, I am the Ilah for those who choose to worship me, to be obedient to me. He is saying, I am Rabbin Nas, I am the Lord of all humans. And I am the king of all humans, whether here, the way we explained, or in the day of judgment. That must lead you to worship me, to be Ilahin Nas. That has to be the logic result, the serial event. You know I am Rabbin Nas, you know I am the king of the Nas, you have to come to the conclusion, I am Ilahin Nas, you have to worship me. And why most of the people do not follow the Ilahin Nas? He is explaining that. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس, from the evil of the one who whispered, the shaitan, waswas khannas. That is one of the reasons you don't follow this serial of logic, Rabb, Malik and Ilah. من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس, that make the hidden whisper, waswas, in the chest. It didn't say heart, the chest, because the chest have the heart and the nafs. Nafs here, the heart there. And who is doing that, ya Sheikh Sami? من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور من الجنة والناس, from the jinn and from the people, humans. They are the same, whispering, leading, misguide you and mislead you. Make you not to follow this serial of logics. Enough for this point. You never have this before. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك من كل ذنب ونتوب إليك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.